boss man, girl. You're such a blessing, girl. Put up for the rest of my life. A blessing, girl. A blessing, blessing. You're such a blessing, girl.
So I'm going to show you guys how I bleached, dyed, and installed this wig that was sent to me from Yolissa here. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out my description box to see the information where you can purchase this wig. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm doing the bleach bath. Now I did this about 2 times to get it bright enough so that when I start dyeing it, the red will be easier to be seen on the hair. And you really want to work this into the middle because it's really annoying when you do a bleach bath and then you look at the middle and it's black. So make sure that when you're doing this, you brush the hair out completely so that you're saturating every single part. I rather do this because it's just way easier. You don't have to really go through every part and bleach it section by section. When you do this bleach bath, you're bleaching everything all at once, and as long as you make sure that you get every strand, then you're going to be fine when it comes to watercoloring your black hair. So to achieve this color, I use Crimson and Red Storming Kiss. I use the whole of each bottle, and right now what you just see me doing is pouring it out into a container of hot water. I'm not using a ring light right now or a stand. I'm literally doing this with my hands, so excuse the angles. The angles are not bad, but you know, I'm just pouring out both of them in, and I'm gonna mix it up and just start dipping the wig into it. Really self-explanatory, no mathematics, and I like this method because it's just easy than to have to really take out each strand, dye each strand. So I rather just bleach bath my hair like 3 times and then I just dip the wig in. Now you just see me going ahead and mixing it together. This method is way easier. I don't think I would ever sit down and really hand bleach anything. Watercoloring is 10 out of 10, really easy, really simple. As long as you know what you're doing, it's really hard to mess up. And you see the water smoking right now, it gotta be hot, so make sure it's hot. Okay, now I'm about to just take my wig, dip that right in there, and that's it. We got some red here. Wait, that's how bright I dyed it. So I think it was like twice, I'm not sure. It's like I dyed it like, I bleached it like 2 to 3 times, I'm not sure honestly. Just dye it until it's like that shade and you should be fine. You don't have to get it too bright to get red hair. Now I'm going to go on to plucking. This is not really going to be an in-depth plucking tutorial, so yeah, if you guys want to see how I pluck specifically, there's a lot of videos on my channel of me going in depth with me plucking. I'm going to show you guys how I do pluck this wig for some of it, but not all of it. And if you guys want a tutorial how I do pluck my wigs, then you guys can check out the other videos on my channel. I'm going to leave them in the cards up above, and I may leave in the description box down below, but do not hold me to it because I really do be forgetting. I'll be doing a lot of stuff throughout the day, so by the time I upload this I may forget, but I'm going to try to put it in the cards in the description box so you guys don't have to go looking. So yeah, I'll start from the front. I don't pluck the front a lot. I just like to go behind the front, and that's the key to really getting a late install when it comes to plucking, because if you pluck too much hair from the front, then it's just gonna make the hairline go back and back and back. You also have to make sure you part out the very front and then start plucking from behind there, and when you feel like that section is plucked out enough, then you start going further back. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about doing something different. Once again, this is not a plucking tutorial. If you guys want a tutorial how I pluck, then there's a lot of them on my channel. There will be a lot more coming, so keep on watching until the next step. Now it is the day of the install, and I already did my ball cap and everything off camera. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and cutting off the excess lace using these small scissors I got from Amazon. And when you're cutting the lace, you always want to make sure that you're cutting in a zigzag motion, because if you cut it straight across, you will see an obvious line of demarcation on the lace, which is what you do not want. Now cleaning the lace with some 91% isopropyl alcohol, and for glue, I'm going in with some Ghost Bond. Sorry, I always use Ghost Bond. I do 3 layers of Ghost Bond, and my clients can get up to a 3 to 4 week hold with this with proper maintenance. Okay, so I'm letting you guys know now, for some reason the content of me laying this wig down deleted, but do not worry, because I still demonstrated how I lay my wigs down using another video that's already on my channel, so it's no difference. The video of this exact install, I don't know where it went. I really don't know. I wish I had it, but the video of me actually laying it down disappeared. And one key to getting another nice install is to always make sure the previous layer is completely dry before you add the next layer. Well, I don't want to say completely dry, but make sure that it's like 90% clear before you add the next layer, because if you add the next layer while the previous layer is still kind of white, it's gonna just get clumpy and everything's just gonna be white, and you do not want that. You want this glue to get as clear as it could be before it dries, before you add the next layer. And that's a great key to getting a neat and clean install, because once you start piling it up and it's already white, it's gonna just be white and it's gonna be really sticky when you start laying the lace down, and that's what you do not want. So this is after my second layer. I did do a third layer, but after the third layer I went on to and just glue down the wig. So this is the video of me demonstrating it, because I didn't get to record me laying it down. I know I did, but the content for that disappeared. But all I do in laying down is that I just take the lace and literally lay it onto the glue. It's pretty self-explanatory. All you want to do is make sure that you do not press the lace in too hard. You can hold the lace down because it's gonna move a little bit because it's not completely dry, but in order to push it down into the glue, just use like the back of a comb and comb through. But you do not want to apply too much pressure, because then you're going to get a white residue and it's going to be sticky, and you do not want that. So therefore you be very gentle but still kind of pushing the lace into the glue. So after that, I did spray the hairline down with some got to be glued spray, and I tied it down. Now I'm just flat ironing the hair, and right now it's time for me to show you guys how I get a flat install. So what you guys saw me using was some Luster's Renutrients wax stick, and I take that and go over the top of her hair, and then I take my hot comb and just flatten it all out. And if I feel like it's not flat enough, I will like divide the top section, take my wax stick again, spray it with some Got2b glue spray, and then I'll take my hot comb once again and flatten that down. And you do this in sections in order to just get the very top to really flat. If you feel like you do the top layer is not flat enough, you can split it up and do it section by section. Now that I'm taking off the band, the Got2b glue spray is most likely dry by now. I'm going to take my razor and just begin to cut down the edges to begin doing the baby hairs. My favorite part. I love doing baby hairs. I especially love my clients let me be creative and just let me do what I want baby hairs. But now for the baby hairs, I use Got2b glue in the black bottle, and I'm just going ahead and applying it and then swooping. You never want to force it too much. You want to let it flow, but sometimes you do have to force it. That's why I don't like using mousse, because for me when I'm doing baby hairs, I like it to be really neat and in place. But for me with mousse, it's like I'm gonna take too long with it, and then the lace will start to lift, because when you're doing baby hairs with mousse, you want to make sure that you're moving fast. But when it comes to baby hairs, I don't move fast because I like everything to be perfect and in place. So therefore I use the gel. There are a few videos on my channel of me using mousse for baby hairs, but it was a method I didn't keep up with long, because for one, it takes longer to dry, and for two, it's just not a method for me. You know, everybody has their own specific look on how their work looks. Everybody has their own methods, but for me, soft baby hairs doesn't work. I can do it if push comes to shove, my client really wants it, I can do it, but do I do it regularly? No, I do not. And for this side part, I'm just doing 2 swoops. It's all based on how the client wants it. If your client don't know how they want it, or if you don't know how they want it, then you just ask them, you want it dramatic, you want natural, how you want it, and then I go from there. I like when they say dramatic because I really just be freestyling. If they bring me something that's already on my Instagram, I try to do as close to that. But sometimes, like when I'm doing baby hairs, I really do be in the moment, so it's like hard for me to recreate it. But I just recreate it as closely as possible. And baby hair is something you gotta practice with. Now this is my favorite part, doing the sideburns. It's really, really, really simple. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. I do it with my fingers, well, my hands for the most part. So basically what I do is I take the Got To Be glue, I saturate the entire strand, just the entire section from top to bottom. Then I'm gonna take the edge comb and just begin to flatten it out and form the top part of it like that. I go over it a couple times, and then that's when I begin to start swooping it backwards. And then once it's all together, what I'll do is I'll begin making that circle motion to bring it around town. And then once it's at a proper angle, that's when I take my fingers and I just take that bottom piece while I'm still trying to perfect it. That's why I don't use mousse, because I take really long. I take that bottom piece and I flip it over and bring it around until it creates a circle. I know you guys can't really see, but I just feel like it's low-key self-explanatory. Like, I take my fingers and I just bring it around town and lay it down, and it's a circle. And then I'll just take the edge brush and perfect it so that it's like a very, very, very neat circle. And that is how I do those sideburns. It's so pretty, so cute. I love doing it, but especially when it's on me. I be doing mine super, super, super thick and like dramatic. I love dramatic baby hairs. Nobody can tell me about my baby hairs. I can keep doing my baby how I want to do my baby hairs. That's it, period. You know, it's about preference. I don't like when people try to jump down people's throat for their preference. If somebody likes their baby hairs dramatic, who the hell are you to be like, oh my god, who does these? These are so childish. Grow up. It's like, everybody has their preference. If you like dramatic, you like dramatic. If you like natural, you like natural. It's your freaking head. Mind your business. If it's not your head, that's on, period. So I'm doing the other side. When I'm doing baby hairs, I try to make sure I get both sides equal, but it obviously doesn't happen all the time because nobody is perfect. But I do try my hardest to get it each equal. And for the most part, this tutorial is basically done, but I'm still going to do some finished touches. Once again, this hair is from Yolissa Hair. You can get all the information on where you can purchase it in the description box down below. Overall, I would rate this wig like an 8 out of 10. Which is because after bleaching the hair, it did get a little dry, but I'm not gonna really blame the hair because I did bleach it about 3 times, like 2 to 3 times. I can't remember because this was a while ago when I did this. So I would recommend this wig that you guys get it. Another thing is that you're gonna have to pluck this hairline a lot because it doesn't come pre-plucked, so keep that in mind. If you're not so good at plucking, you're gonna have to do some work to get it natural. But once you watch my tutorials, honey, I feel like you should be good when it comes to plucking. Don't worry, I'm gonna have a lot more on my channel of me plucking. I'm back and I'm better on YouTube, and we're going up. So yeah, once again, I'm doing my little circle motion with my fingers to form the sideburn. And now for the finishing touches, what I do is I take a very, very, very skinny concealer brush with some concealer, and I just go along the part. You want to do this with a concealer that's a little bit lighter than the skin tone, because that just brings out the scalp more. If you look at a scalp, you can see that the scalp is naturally lighter than the person's skin tone most of the time. So that's what I do. And look at y'all, I'll be so focused. I do not play with my instos at all. Like, I be so focused. I be looking down the mirror like a hawk. And now to end it off, I use some wig shine. This is the finished product. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Period.